Howdy everybody, I'm Tom Vassell and welcome to 10,000 and Below. This is a series of videos where I'm going through the very lowest rated games at Board Game Geek. Each week we get lower and we look for something good. There's something good today. I saw one already when I was previewing this, but let's see what we can find. Maybe we'll find some gems or some coal. Here we go. $17,501. The Witcher. All right, we always look at the first one, no matter what. Splash Attack. I reviewed that, gave it a 6. Sakara. This one I'm going to look at because it has 2 Qs in a row. Very handy for word games. Humpty Dumpty's Wall Game. I want to look at that too. Power Barons. Board Game Geek, the card game. Huh. That's really ironic. Monopoly, Crazy Cash, Bubble Talk, Dr. Faust, and Stack Robats. All right, that's a good way to get started here. The Witcher, Toss a Coin. Alrighty, promotional purposes. 55 card deck, and you fight beasts. This was only 4 people playing. Okay. Splash Attack, Gigamic. This one here, you have to react to the roll of the dice. You roll 2, and then you grab the matching fish, and has these really cool wooden fish here on the table to grab. It's for kids. Sequara. Well, this one is interesting looking. It's from White Goblins. It's bluffing, speculation, and development. Well, I really like how the cover looks. That's a nice looking game. It's hard to kind of get a grasp. What are they showing you that the little white goblin is in every game? Looks like a mid-weight Euro game that did not do very well in the ratings. Humpty Dumpty's Wall. I have definitely played a version of this. Alternate Buzz, an Aliens Funny Kitten Wall game. Did I never... What are the other alternate names for this? Okay, no, that's not what it is. Well, let's take a look here. I know I've seen a game like this. It's basically a Jenga game, but there's a wall. And so you're just going to hit the bricks out of the wall. Essentially, this is don't break the ice, but you're doing it vertically. Yeah. When did this game first come out, I wonder? 2009. Doesn't that look like a game that came out in the 70s, though? Power Barons. Now, here's a game that came out in the 80s. This is a Milton Bradley game. It's a card-playing game with a special suit. Oh. Well, that's the game. So, many years ago, when I first got back into board gaming, I was playing Fortress America, and I found an expansion on eBay. Someone had made a homemade expansion, and it used Power Baron pieces. I vaguely remember that it used those, but when I see these pieces, I remember these were the 4 pieces, and these match the 4 colors of the... Those were like super bombers and stuff like that. I wonder if it mentions it here. Now, that's... Yeah, so I bought that. It came like in a little baseball card box. Huh. Oh, wow, these pieces came on sprues originally? Hate sprues. They make me mad just looking at them. Board Game Geek, the card game. Again, well, that's interesting. So this is from Candy Weber. So she did a lot of different games. I've met her. She designed, what's the one game of hers I really like? Leftovers. Not many ratings for that game, but that's actually a pretty good little game. And coronets and some other stuff. She had her own little company. So you build cards, vertical and horizontal. Huh. I think Board Game Geek published this game at some point. You can see some pretty hot games here. Smash Up, Suburbia. I don't remember how the cards got chosen. It's just ironic how low rated it is on Board Game Geek itself. Never mind. Game Salute was involved with it, which is why some people gave low ratings. Oh, well. Interesting. Monopoly Crazy Cash. Does this box spit cash out? Yes, it does. I want this box so that I can spit it out and be like, Crazy Cash! Hit a button. Actually, yeah, okay. These are weird things. I want that machine. Bubble Talk. The Crazy Caption board game. So this looks like an Apples Apples ripoff. And instead of, you just throw out these Bubble Talks next to it. I would play this. I don't see that it's awful. Oh, I get it. Now you're sorry. Yeah, I'd play this once. Dr. Faust. Wow, this is an old-looking game. It was awarded 1994 Spielejahr's beautiful game. I'm going to just guess that in 94 they had different standards for what the word beautiful meant. IMO, of course. Blah. All right. Stackrobats, baby. Look at these things. They're crazy. They stack. They look like freaky things out of your dream. Actually, this looks fun. I would get this and play this. Those look like they're fun things to stack. Yeah, that's silly. Those are funny shapes. All right, Awful Fantasy, the card game. What's in Ned's head? Yeah, you'll see in a second. Hotspot. We're going to the hot spot. Na, 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 na. Cup of Bluff. Monopoly My Marvel Heroes is much lower than, if you remember last time we talked about Monopoly Marvel. The Princess and the Pea, it's a 7. Deserves to be a 7. Doesn't deserve to be this low, but it's a kid's game. And kids' games are normally beat on. Arena of Death. It sounds like a 14-year-old named that one. Crazy Crocodiles from 1988. Startup Fever. I reviewed that one. 'Tis the Season Christmas trivia. That's my favorite kind of trivia. 7 Safari. All right, here we go. Awful Fantasy, the card game. This is from the Sadler Brothers. Well, it did not get love. Wait, is that George R. R. Martin? What is this? This looks like a Munchkin-esque game. It's a casual game. Twitter card game fantasy. I don't know that I've played this one. I was going to say, I don't know if I've seen it, but it might have come through. All right. What's in Ned's head? So what's in Ned's head comes with this big, fuzzy, stuffed animal head like this. You stick your hands through different pores, his ears and mouth and things, and you're feeling around for weird objects like a spider or a worm or a frog. If this sounds like it's gross, it is. But kids think it's hilarious, so I got to give it props for that. Hotspot 79. This is in the Metagaming Microgame series, which if one of those is ranked this low, then it can't be. Oh! Like you would think that if I designed this map and I showed it to people, be like, look what I did, they would be like, fix it. Too much orange. Blood of the Werewolf from Homo Sapiens Lab. So this is a werewolf-style game where you don't know your identity, but everyone else does. So you need to find out what other people do. Yeah, I don't remember this one real strongly. I reviewed this in 2014, so 6 years ago. I don't remember much about it. It wasn't very good. I remember that. The Last Banquet, another social deduction game. I believe Fantasy Flight picked this one up. And Why did I not review this? Because I know this came across. I think it's because it needs 6 to 25 players. Now I didn't review it because it just never got a lot of love. A lot of people, social deduction games, there's already a lot of them out there. And it needs to be good if it's going to be one to play. This one just seems generic theme-wise, boring. I don't know. Maybe it's good, but most people seem to think otherwise. Cup of Bluff. I was about to say like a hot cup of bluff, and that's what it says in the description. You roll dice, then bluff about their true value. That sounds like the whole game. Oh, I see. You're going to roll dice, and you'll be like, oh, wait, I played Cup of Bluff, because you can look through the top of the cup. Didn't I play Cup of Bluff? Yeah, I gave it a 4. I remembered now when I saw that cup. That's the one good thing about this game. I love this cup because it's set up so that only you can see the dice in it, but no one else can. But you don't have to like peek up at the cup. You know how when you do that, you're trying to pick up the cup up so no one else can see it? That's neat. That's it. Blue Orange makes many good games. This is not one of them. Princess and the Pea. This is a good game, despite what BGG says. This is a stacking game. Comes with pillows. It's based on the Princess and the Pea. And they just remade this one. It sold well for them. They don't care what Board Game Geek says. You put this round green wooden pea on the bottom of the bed, and then you stack all these mattresses and pillows and blankets on top without them falling. That's it. But great for children. Great. Arena of Death. I love it. Vroom, vroom, vroom. That is hilarious. That cover there. This is from Aries. This is in a magazine, apparently. So nostalgic, though, looking at this. I just think what 13-year-old Tom would have looked at this and been so excited. Startup Fever. You are founders in Silicon Valley. So this one I gave a 5 to 8 years ago. I actually don't dislike the cover of it, although it does look like it's cut from the intro to Footloose. Yeah, it kind of had a Monopoly feel to it, if I can remember correctly. It's been a while. You have different workers and products and revenue and cubes. Yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't that good. 7 Safari. Why did I look at this one? It has a lot of ratings. 102 ratings. Well, I don't dislike the art on it, that's for sure. That's nice animals and stuff. It looks like another kids game from Amigo. I'm not going to beat up on kids games. Alrighty, well, we're half a way through this one. Let's see what we got now. Fight City, Banditos, Adventure Card Game, Megastar, and the American Civil War. Huh. Interesting. Deck building, the deck building game. I don't have time to do a quick close-up here, but if you did, you'd see my eyes have rolled all the way back into my head. Who's it? Escape the Night, the board game. And Terra Evolution. Here we go. Fight City. In this city, everyone fights. This is from James Ernest. This is one of the cheap-ass games that's really, really low rated. And sure looks like it's a game based on Sin City. It really looks at that. You have different decks. You each need your own deck. Location, fighters, weapons. So there's like a CCG made in '99, of course. Banditos. This is from Boxshot Games. They gave it a 5.5. I probably would drop it farther down. The idea here is you're smuggling and running around, but there's roll and move elements. It really feels like just not a great game. Adventure the Card Game. I gave this one a 2. I don't remember anything about it. Looks like you just play cards, and good things or bad things can happen to you. Oh, I hate the art too. Maybe I wrote a review of this game. It's been so long ago. Nope. I did a video review of it 12 years ago. Well, I'm sure it's awful. Megastar. This one I remember from Amigo / Mayfair games. You're promoting musical acts. It's from Friedman Freese. I don't think it's one of his better games. This looks like the original artwork and stuff. He tends to make his stuff look weird like that. This was the nicer looking Mayfair thing. What was it called originally? Probably not Megastar. I'm sure it was called something else because it's from Friedman Freese. I said it was okay, a 6 rated game, but it's been a long time since I played this one. Let's see what my review says. 14 years ago. Megastar's unique card game forces players make tough decisions with an eye out on the end of the game. That's pretty bad. You initially might think you have no control of this game, but that's merely a clever disguise as the player you will attest. Well, I disagree with this jerk who wrote this. This doesn't sound fun at all. They probably don't know what they're talking about. American Civil War. American Civil War. Okay, so this is Glenn Drover, who's a good game designer. This has some really cool aspects. Civil War. One of the biggest problems, you can look right there on that map, is that this does not use most of the board. See Texas and Oklahoma and all that stuff, that's not even used. This game only used half the board. There's all that ocean spot too. And had all these cool plastic pieces, and it had some neat things. There was a separate battle board. Let me see if I can find it. I loved how this game looked. It had all these plastic miniatures. If you wanted to play, I mean, yes, they're sprues, but whatever. There's the board. Nehemiah, I believe, was the artist. See if I can find the battle board in here somewhere. And I thought it did a good job. This is different things that would happen as you built the different things. There was ways for the Confederates could free the slaves in this one, I think, and that would change how the whole thing worked. You could buy extra miniatures. Look how big that board is, though. It's a huge board, tons of plastic pieces, and the price of it was not expensive. All right. But there's this battle board, which apparently I can't find a picture of, but you would, whenever there was a battle, you put all your pieces on this board, you fight, you try to outflank the other person. Pretty neat. You just slowed the game down. Not a great game, but I did want it to be better. And there's some cool things about it. Deck building, the deck building game. This is from Dice Hate Me Studios when they decided to make a bunch of games that were the something game. And this is a deck building game where you're actually building a deck. That's a funny joke. I don't know, it made a good game. I never played it, but I've heard nothing but meh about it. Not bad, just meh. Z reviewed it. I don't think he enjoyed it. Who's It? 1976. So this is, you're trying to guess different players, like a multiple guess who. Let's look at these people. A genius. White male. Okay. Well, I want to see more of these people. Hero. Singer. Musical star. Superwoman. Censor. Starlet. Yeah, we're going to argue that this game probably hasn't aged well. At all. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, that's 44. Oh, wow. Re-implemented by Dinosaur Tea Party. Okay. Oh, I like Dinosaur Tea Party. Bunch of dinosaurs in the middle, and you're asking questions, and eventually you flip over the card when you know who it is. Okay, that's interesting. Dinosaur Tea Party is probably better. Terra Evolution. A deck building game that's ranked really low, actually. I mean, for a strategy game. From Mind Warrior Games. Not good graphic design. Alrighty, let's see what we got back here. Didn't I click on that Escape the Night, the board game? Did I miss that one? I'm looking at it again. We got the X-Files collectible card game. The worst game ever. But unfortunately, there's more games that are worse than the worst game ever. Egyptian Rat's Crew. Or Rat's Crew. Alchemy, which I gave a 3 to. Another Monopoly game. Letramix. Takeoff. Pop Belly. I like Pop Belly. London 1888. Phase 10 Master. Falling. Wow, 1,374 ratings. That's really far down for that many ratings. Trivial Pursuit. Shark Island. That's a newer game, 2017. To be down pretty low here. Hamunaptra, something at the Grand Pyramid. We Are All Dead, Zombie Mall Massacre, and Walk the Plank. Woo, that's a lot of games. Here we go. Escape the Night, the board game. It's on a hit reality competition of the same. It's a competitive, cooperative roll and move voting game. Oh, that looks bad. Oh, well. Okay, the X-Files customizable card game. I played a lot of collectible card games. This was not one of them. So I don't know. I know probably back in the day people really liked it. Whew, that's a lot of stats on one card, though, for sure. Worst game ever? It's not the worst game ever. You'll notice I gave it a 6. It's just a game that has all these overpowered cards, and you're playing them and doing all sorts of things with bad art and everything. It's definitely tongue-in-cheek. It's not great, but it's not bad either. This Egyptian Rat Screw, Egyptian Rhapsody, Egyptian Rat Trap, Slap. So there's many different names. This is just a public domain game of this. So it's kind of like Uno with slapping. Alchemy. This is from Aviary Games. I did not take kindly to this one. I'm trying to remember why. Oh, yes. Way too much take that in this game. Way too much take that. Moving on to that sideboard. Letter Mix. It's a letter game. It's only in German. So you roll 13 letters, and then you have a timer to make words with them. Not bad. Takeoff. I like the airplanes in it. Where's the picture of the board? It's an educational game. Teach geometry. Why is there so many pictures of the sides of the boxes? Show me the game. There we go. That looks like the back page of the Delta magazine. Pop Belly. This is a fun game for kids. There's these pigs, you see, and you're going to feed them with these chips. And you put these chips in, and eventually you put one too many chips in, and the belly of the pig pops out, and all the chips fall out. If you think about it, that's pretty gross. But it's hilarious. And kids like it. London 1888. I have not played this one. It was re-implemented by London 1888 2nd edition, which no one's ever played. Weird. It's always weird to me when there's like a game that came out and has 1 rating. Kind of looks cool though, doesn't it? Phase 10 Master. I'm assuming it's just trash because it's based on Phase 10, a game I hate. It's another edition of the game Phase 10. Trash. Falling. So the theme of falling is everyone's falling. You're going to die. You just want to hit the ground last. It is a take that game where you're pushing and doing things to other players to make them hit the ground first. I believe there's a real-time aspect to it. Doesn't actually explain why people are falling. Kind of a weird theme. I can see why people didn't like it. Shark Island, Richard Launius and Pete Shirey. This one I've not played. Semi-cooperative game, which I think is a bad idea. Pete Shirey does love sharks. So that would explain why he's involved with this. I wonder what the ratings were. Boring, too much downtime. These people had fun. Terrible rule book, blackjack. It's a really, really long game. A mess. Oh, well. People don't like the game. But if you like sharks, maybe you'll try it out anyway. Ooh, I really like the cover to this one. Well, those are Carcassonne tiles. I don't know why they're there. Maybe they're just showing you how they compare. The art almost has a Tintin quality to it. Oh, I don't like that cover. But here's the game itself. Moving around. Huh. Oh, it is based on adventure comics from Belgium and France. It's only available in France. It looks pretty cool, though. We Are Dead, Zombie Mall Massacre. I believe this was illustrated by someone who worked on The Simpsons, I think. Yeah, I mean, I can't really say much. It's another zombie game, and you're running around in a mall and trying not to get killed. Fun artwork, but at the end of the day, it's another zombie game. Walk the Plank by Green Ronin Publishing. Just a fast card game making other people walk the plank. I don't really like this artwork at all. They're like ugly chibis. It's from Green Ronin Publishing. Well, there you go. Whew, that's a lot. Man, these games are getting more and more bad as we go down. But you never know. You do find a few cool ones like I did. And maybe there's some in here that you like, or at least nostalgically like. Let me know in the comments. Until next time, I'm Tom Bass. You've been watching 10,000 and Below on the Dice Tower.